Hello there, welcome again to our series of topics. And we have been discussing topics under data quality assessment, and specifically, we are discussing data quality standards. So far, we have discussed uh, many standards, and in today's topic, we will see consistency. So, once again, welcome back to Get Data Solution. I hope you are actually enjoying our videos, and so today we will discuss consistency. So if you see in the previous assessment we did like this, and consistency we haven't actually assessed so far. So we'll deal with that and come back to the graph and how it looks like. So let's start as usual from its definition of the consistency. So this is also one of important standard. So consistency is the degree to which data is uniform and follows established standards across different sources and systems. So this is a consistency. It is a uniformity. It's about uniformity of established standard across different sources and systems. So here are the questions, standard question for consistency. So just as I've already said, we have tried to standardize the questions for all indicators, which is one of the missing elements in other data quality assessment done by many organizations. The questions are actually under each standard are not uniformly arranged, so that will actually have an implication on the final result. But to avoid such limitation, we have standardized our questions. There are 5 questions under all standards. So let's begin with the first question under consistency, and the first one is the absence of variations when we compare two or more representation of the same data for the indicator. Example, between tracking format and narrative report, between monthly and quarterly report add-ups. So this is consistency of the report. Let's say we have in quarter one, let me demonstrate it, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. Let's say we have in a quarter one we have 4. Let's say in quarter one we have 1. In quarter two we have 2. In quarter three again 1. And in quarter four, so far we have in quarter one 1, quarter two 2, quarter three 1, 4, and quarter four 2. So we have 6. Okay, this is totally 6. So if, for example, in the aggregate report, the annual report, for example, annual report says 7, and the quarterly report is 6. So the absence of variation between when we compare two or more representation of the same data for that indicator. Example, between tracking format and the narrative report, between monthly and quarterly add-ups. So as you can see here, we can have quarter one is 1, quarter two is 2, which is 3, quarter three is 1, 4, quarter four is 2, 6. Totally we have 6. Annual report 7. If the annual report so this is not correct, so we can say it's partly. But if this data is correctly, the data for quarters are actually clearly reflected in the annual report by like the same amount, okay, then we can say it's perfectly meets. So let's say completely and also adjust this one by. So now we can say there's no variation between the quarter sum ups and the annual report. Okay, the next one, it does a project or program develop tracking format for this indicator. So we have to check the availability of the tracking format. So this is to keep consistency across reporting uh, divisions or levels. So let's say if such things are there, just right away we can say yes completely. The third question is there similarity in tracking reporting format for this indicator between two or more months, quarters? Check tracking report format for at least two quarter or months. So we have to check if there is a similarity between the tracking report format for this indicator between two or more months. We have to check at least two or quarter report, or if the reporting in a monthly basis, we have to see at least 2 months to say this is constantly there. So if such thing is there, we can say completely, and we can write a comment if needed. Is there a similarity in tracking reporting format for this indicator between two or more reporting sites? For example, if we have found uh, some gaps, we can say partly. If branch A said branch A used standard format and branch B used somehow modified formats, so we can say it's partly or not at all, depending on the context. So the final question is, generally there is a high degree of attention given to maintain consistency of reporting or format report for reporting format or reporting content for this indicator. Do you believe that generally there is a high degree of attention given to maintain consistency of the reporting format? So, for example, we have to see for quarter reports, the reporting format has it's consistently applied. For example, all the reports have the heading, the same style, and the same format. So that's where we can say yes completely. Otherwise, if there are actually significant variations, we may opt for other options. So that's how we can actually evaluate. So let's evaluate the consistency. Consistency is here. So this is a complete picture of our chart. So let me revise what we have seen. We have seen validity, we have seen reliability, we have seen precision, we have seen integrity, we have seen timeless, in fact, completeness and accuracy in the previous videos, and now we have seen consistency. Here is the complete picture of our data quality standards. So we have reliability is good with a score of 10, and validity, completeness, and consistency with a score of 9, accuracy with a score of 8, precision, integrity, and timeless we have with a score of 7. So that is the aggregate scoring. So obviously from this data quality standard evaluation, we can clearly see that timeliness, integrity, and precision are areas that need improvement. So that's how we can we can say data quality standard rating So overall aggregate is in five of them we are very much strong. In three of them we are, or 38% of them we are in medium. I think let us change some values here so that we may have some weak point as well. So still it's not weak. We are refresh it. Just manipulating again to see weak part. So now consistency is dropped significantly, which is just, I'm showing you to just where we can get a weak part. So in one of our standard we have got weak, which is 13%, but we are strong in many of them. Four of them, that means reliability, validity, completeness, and accuracy. Three of them again, precision, integrity, and timeless, medium, and one consistency, low. So that is how we have achieved our results. So based on that, we can actually just set our action plan. So that's how we can actually assess our data quality assessment. So let's keep it as before. So generally we have this beautiful chart where we have all data quality standard is rated just based on the evidence. Just note that we, in a real situation, you have to stick to the real evidence and what is there actually, and evaluate just objectively. In fact, sometimes you may actually use subjective judgment, but in most cases you have to use the evidence, and evidence is there, and evaluate the standards. So we have seen reliability, validity, completeness, consistency, accuracy, precision, integrity, and timeliness. So especially the first four are actually reliability, validity, completeness, and consistency are actually good. So probably we may not actually take an action plan on those, or some or few action may be needed, but on the rest, especially in precision, integrity, and timeliness, we have to take some action in the real situation, and those actions should be actually reflected in the action plan and what action we should take, and should be reflected here, but this will be discussed in another video. But for the time being, so that is what we have discussed for a single indicator. We have to repeat the same for the next indicator. Indicator 2 is the number of staff trained on green initiative. Do you remember that? In the verification sheet, we have selected those indicators. So we have to again evaluate this indicator on the basis of those parameters, from validity to timeliness. So that will be discussed. So that's all. And this, we have seen 8 standards, but that doesn't mean that every organization should have all these 8 standards. But the recommended one is recommended is 4 to 6 is recommended. So 4 to 6 standards are usually recommended. So I think we have to have at least 4 to 6 standard is recommended. Let me change this. Four to six standards are recommended depending on your organization. For example, you may have reliability, validity, completeness, consistency, and accuracy, or you may have reliability, validity, accuracy, precision, or integrity, or you may have timeless, integrity, precision, accuracy, and completeness. So depending on your context, you have to select at least 4 or 5 or 6. 4, 5, or 6. I think that is enough. If you have 4 or 5 or 6, that will be enough. So recommended 4, 5, or 6. Let me use the latest released functionality for Excel, that is dark format table, which is dark color. So what's recommended is actually 4, 5, or 6. So depending on your context, you have to have such standards. So that's it, and thank you very much. With that, we will conclude the standard, and next time we will discuss other topics as well. Thank you very much, and bye bye.